I'm by the name Moses Wajala. I'm the regional manager for enforcement and border control in charge of Eastern region. Eastern region takes from Jinja up to West Pokot in Moroto sub-region. We are here. Our main mandate here is to enforce compliance, customs compliance. And in that we do a number of activity. We enforce customs compliance in the gazetted area, that is the entry border points, in the bonds, or the number of bonds here, the region of Eastern Bali, Lamba, Musia, Jinja, and also in the industrial parks. In addition, we have another element of smuggling, largely outright smuggling. What do I mean by smuggling to our viewers? Smuggling is the illegal movement of goods and sometimes people across the border, largely for material gain. Therein, when you look at goods, develop like concealment, undervaluation, the movement of prohibited goods, restricted goods, and also undervaluation of some of the goods. In the region, in the last quarter, we have put a spirited fight to ensure that we bring the fight of smuggling to an end. Because in our quest to achieve our desired tax to GDP of at least 20%, as set by our most of leader, Major General, smuggling is one of the factors that is standing in our way. Smuggling has got a number of impacts, negative impacts, or effect to the economy. For example, it brings unfair competition. Someone who has not paid taxes has got undue advantage over someone who has paid taxes. And in a way, it distorts the market. Smuggling has affected the operation of a number of local industries. In the region, we have smuggling of wheat is common, and yet have local players here who are manufacturing these things. Because of that, they cannot produce to their full capacity. For example, in Bali here, Elgon Mill, their operation to some extent is affected by the smuggling of wheat flour across the border. The team are working extremely hard to ensure that this comes to an end, and we have got a number of interceptions through our enforcement surveillance and the targeted focus operation. Like a few days ago, the truck UAV 196B that was smuggling wheat flour from Kapchorwa side was intercepted. This truck had over 10 tons of wheat flour. When you look at our statistic, in the last quarter alone, where we intercepted wheat flour in excess of 100 tons that was trying to come in illegally.
They were coming from where?
They were coming from Kenya.
From which border?
Through different borders. Others from Musia, others through their side of Karamoja. See, our border is porous. So they don't come through gazetted place, border point most time, or nearly all time. They use ungazetted border, which is not manned. Ungazetted route. Either they use panya, they cross on foot, consolidate, and move it.
Apart from wheat, which other commodities are most smuggled?
Other commodity which are mostly smuggled, we have rice. And there is not why rice is smuggled. Kenya, they have a policy of allowing interview rice year in, year out. And it is the reason why this Asian produced rice is very cheap on the Kenyan market. Also, we have garments and mobile phones being smuggled of late. Other commodities like used oil, they are not, they are smuggled but to a small quantity. But those 4 items I mentioned, wheat flour, rice, mobile phones, and garment and fabric, those are the common smuggled items across the region.
In your effort to try and enforce, what are some of the challenges you're facing?
The challenges we are facing is largely the porousness of our border and the long stretch of border, which come from Lake Victoria all the way to Karamoja. All those places, they have got no natural barrier like a river running through. So the porousness of the border brings a very big challenge to our team. We also have the challenge of hostility among some community. The people think smuggling, they are right. But we are here to pass on the message to community across the border to know that smuggling is illegal. It's a very, very illegal activity, and it is a higher time you stop it. And in a situation where you interface with our team, these are officers who are engaged in lawful duty. There is no reason for you to fight them. So, of course, other thing like a difference in policy that makes this route cheaper cost is one of the challenges, but it's not an issue. When you look at policy, that one can be discussed at a different level, but at operation level, those are the key challenges: the porousness on the border and the hostility from some border community people.
What happened to some of those locals who attack your officers? Because I've seen several in there, officers being attacked. We are warning to the community about such incidents.
Whoever attacked our officer and they are properly identified, we work with police and they have been apprehended. When you are apprehended, you are charged in court of law. So we normally follow it up with police whenever such incident happen.
Like in a monthly basis, how many incidents of smuggling do you encounter?
We record several. Almost every day we intercept. We have about 14 operation stations across the region. Each of those stations, they intercept something every day. So it's a daily occurrence. I may not be in position to tell you this number, but it's a daily occurrence. We get them every day.
Do you have any other thing to say?
I want to call upon the community. Let's work together for the betterment of our nation so that we can have full economic independence and we stop and we detach ourselves from the vice of borrowing. I also call upon the different government security agencies that we have worked closely with, like the ISO, police, to continue partnering with us so that we bring this to a quick end. Goods we handle it as per the law. We largely use the East African Custom Community Management Act. Like for the case of outright smuggling, we charge the offender under Section 200 of the East African Custom Management Act and Section 199 of the same Act for the means of conveyance. Like we expect the person to pay taxes, full taxes for the goods, and then the fine. The fine is 50% of the CIF. That is on one hand. But we can also opt to forfeit the goods to the state and still prosecute the offenders. So we can allow him pay the taxes as a first priority, but in the event that he fail, the goods will be auctioned.
You say the trader is still in hiding?
Yes. As we speak now, the dispatcher trader, the smuggler who was involved in this offender, has not showed up to settle offense. If he failed to show up after 30 days, we shall auction the goods.